Hello and welcome back. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay informed on the latest news affecting the royal family. In the gentle but ever-watchful rhythm of royal life, small moments often carry great weight. And in recent days, Buckingham Palace has quietly confirmed what many royal watchers suspected, that King Charles III, now in the second year of his reign and undergoing treatment for cancer, has made the decision to cancel 2 of his personal holidays abroad. The decision is measured, considered, and deeply telling. For a monarch known not only for his intense work ethic but also for his love of nature, his long-standing walking holidays and quiet restorative retreats have always been more than leisure. They are moments of peace, of reflection, and of grounding. That the king has opted to remain at home during this Easter period rather than journey abroad is no small choice, and Buckingham Palace has, in its carefully worded update, sought to ease public concern while signaling the seriousness of his current health considerations. The 2 cancelled trips include a planned spa break with Queen Camilla in Africa and his traditional solo hiking escape in Romania, where he usually reconnects with the rural simplicity he has long admired. Though these holidays have been personal fixtures in the king's calendar for many years, they have now been set aside. The palace has made it clear that this decision is not exclusively tied to his ongoing cancer treatment, but it is hard to ignore the wider implications, both medically and symbolically. The statement from the palace assures the public that King Charles is preparing for a typical working week, complete with engagements, private meetings, and state responsibilities. One such engagement includes investiture ceremonies at Windsor Castle, events that not only require physical presence but also a high degree of stamina and attention. The king, even while in recovery, insists on fulfilling these duties, underscoring a reign already defined by quiet resilience. What makes this moment particularly poignant is that it marks the first significant holiday period the king has chosen to forego since his diagnosis. It reflects a monarch who, despite personal strain, continues to prioritize the crown. And it also reflects a man who, perhaps more than ever, is aware of his role not just as head of state, but as a figure of national steadiness in uncertain times. Since Buckingham Palace confirmed the king's cancer diagnosis earlier in the year, discovered incidentally during treatment for a benign prostate condition, the public has responded with a rare degree of empathy and unity. There have been no salacious questions or widespread speculation about the specifics of his illness. Instead, the tone of the conversation has been one of concern, quiet admiration, and respectful curiosity. For a monarchy so often under intense public scrutiny, this shift has been notable. That response has undoubtedly been shaped by the king's own tone. In choosing openness, sharing the fact of his diagnosis without exploiting it, Charles has struck a careful balance between privacy and public responsibility. His cancer journey has been presented not as a drama but as a chapter. One that he intends to walk through with dignity, and with the continued support of the nation he serves. Queen Camilla remains by his side throughout this process, both in private and public life. Her role is not simply ceremonial, it is deeply personal. She has long been regarded as a source of stability for the king, and during this period, she provides comfort and continuity. While she may have looked forward to their shared time away, particularly the African spa retreat, she too understands the importance of pacing, of rest, and of adjusting to the realities of health and responsibility. Their bond has been forged over decades, and in times like these it becomes evident just how central that partnership is to the smooth operation of royal life. Camilla, who has increasingly taken on a heavier public workload, does so with the measured assurance that royal duty requires, but also with the personal insight of someone quietly protecting the man she loves. And yet, even as the king declines these personal breaks, he does not fully withdraw from public view. That is perhaps what is most remarkable about this moment. There is no self-pity, no retreat into silence. Charles continues his working week as scheduled, showing up for the red boxes, preparing for ceremonial obligations, and preparing, barring any changes, for an upcoming state visit to Italy. This visit to Italy is itself a moment of symbolism. A European nation steeped in history, beauty, and diplomacy, it reflects the king's continued commitment to global engagement. Although a planned meeting with Pope Francis has been postponed due to the Pope's own health challenges, the visit remains on the agenda, a signal, if any were needed, that the king intends to serve not just domestically but internationally, even in times of personal trial. The cancelled holidays then do not signal a withdrawal, they signal prioritization. They tell us that the king is choosing to invest his limited energy where it is needed most, on the work of the crown, on the engagements that bolster British identity, diplomacy, and tradition. It's not a gesture for applause, but it is one that deserves understanding. At the same time, the royal household remains vigilant. Behind the scenes, aides are carefully managing the king's schedule, balancing public duty with necessary medical attention. It is a complex operation, not unlike balancing a nation's need for stability with a very human need for healing. And the public, particularly those who have followed the royal family for decades, understand this nuance. Many in the over 35 generation, those who remember the long, steady reign of Queen Elizabeth II, recognize that monarchy at its best is not about constant motion. It is about constant presence. And King Charles, even when pausing travel or reducing engagements, remains present. There is, of course, quiet speculation about the implications for the future. The increasing role of the Prince and Princess of Wales, particularly in representing the monarchy at international and ceremonial events, suggests a slow but deliberate generational shift. But it is not a succession narrative. It is a reinforcement that the monarchy endures, adapts, and continues with grace. For now, King Charles rests in the rhythm of his duties. He walks the corridors of Windsor, reads his dispatches, prepares for Italy, and takes care not to overextend. He does not board a plane for Africa or Romania. He does not hike the forests or retreat to a spa. He stays close, physically, emotionally, and symbolically, to the nation he serves. And in doing so, he reminds us that leadership, particularly in times of strain, is not always about doing more. Sometimes it is about knowing what to set down, what to delay, and what truly matters. As the public continues to watch with interest, compassion, and loyalty, the king's quiet decision not to leave the country resonates louder than any speech. It says, "I am here. I am with you. And I am still leading." Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.